me. The entire channel in main that's below us in main 1, they cannot see this channel at all.
Okay, give me a second.
I don't think James can get back in here because he is not back yet.
I'll pull him in.
Maybe this is why main 1 can't
Try now.
access this either.
Try it now.
They're populating it.
Here they come.
Even when I left, I couldn't see it.
Sorry, guys. I may have broken the channel when I did it.
We had a few stragglers after the last meeting for like 3 days, so we set this channel to private. I forgot. That's all.
You
Sorry.
just see freaking main 1 chat just slowly shrinking until it's nothing.
Oh, that's why when I was like, why is that chat just growing?
Main 1.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go make sure. And so I jumped down and hi everybody down. That's on the seats technically. Yeah.
Braid's a troublemaker.
All right, just letting everybody get settled in here. Aliana, you want to do your pumpkin announcement while we give everybody a second to get in here?
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, I wanted to just say thank you to everyone who got festive with us this month. The pumpkin carving contest is just in the channel set above. You guys can vote for however many you'd like. If you can just go and react to the existing reaction for anyone you guys like. I'm going to be closing it in about 5 minutes. And for the rest of you guys, I really love seeing everyone's spooky houses and the parties that we got to do and everything else. It was really fun and cute. Not that.
And spooking players.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna miss trolling you guys next month.
Okay, so let's get this meeting underway. We got a lot to discuss, and we have a lot to show off tonight too, so it'll be fun. For those who are new to our server meetings, you probably want to at least get that link ready that I just posted to the stream. We are going to be showcasing some really cool stuff later on. You don't have to watch the whole stream. I mean, if you just want to wait until the end for that, that's fine. Or if you just want to watch the whole stream for now, it's fine too. I do have the Discord channel up live in the stream right now for those who can't actually be in Discord but can watch the stream. For those that are new here, like I was trying to get to, is feel free to chat in this meeting text channel during the meeting. You know, talk trash, post memes, you know, make fun of me, whatever.
Turn slow mode off too.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, go ahead and turn slow mode off for now. Once we get to the Q&A section at the end of the meeting, we're going to turn slow mode on and ask that you stop chatting in the channel so much, just so that we don't miss any questions. But for now, feel free to have fun and talk a bunch of trash. And we'll try to speed through this meeting a little quick so we can showcase all the cool stuff we have to show you guys. At the end of the meeting, we'll do a Q&A for players to ask questions of us. Then we'll switch the stream over to Rust to show you some of the cool stuff we got to show you. And we'll give away some in-game prizes and all that kind of stuff. All right, so like I said, I usually have a list of notes here and I just go down my notes and then we'll move on to the next topic. So the first elephant in the room. Yes, we all know a streamer or a YouTuber posted a video about our servers and interactions with admins. I'm not going to say anything negative about it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say anything negative at all. Actually, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I just want to let all of our players in our community know. And I, you know, I've been thinking about this for hours now and thinking about what to say. I even thought about writing it down, but you know what? I'm just going to let it flow out of my mouth. So if I stumble on myself, I'm sorry. I just want to let all our players know I really, really, really just appreciate and love every one of you people. When I started the server almost 3 years ago, man, it was hell. It was absolute hell. My wife hated it. It took all my time. I lost real life friends. We used to do things each week together, and I stopped going because I was spending all my time trying to get the server built up and get it off the ground. I created the server so that my young son, who doesn't even play Rust anymore, ironically, but so my young son, he was about probably 11 or 12 at the time, could play Rust in an environment that just didn't have a bunch of toxicity and people, you know, insulting him and being rude and all that kind of stuff. And of course, you know, that also goes to PvE, which is a little easier for, you know, younger people like that. And for old guys like me that suck at Rust. So that's why I made it. And it took a lot of work. I spent, my God, 18 hours a day, every day for probably 6 months trying to get players. Every player that joined, I would greet them, I would talk to them, I'd try to be friends with them, get them to stick around, and eventually it blew up. So here we are all this time later. We now have technically 4 servers, 9 if you count everything, but 4 servers that people play on a lot. We've come a long way. And my my sentiment and my emotion actually goes to the staff, the admins, and the players. First of all, the players, obviously this server wouldn't exist without you guys. Every one of you. I know some of you probably don't care for me, don't care for the admins, whatever it is. I truly, honestly, and I mean this. I don't mean this from a guy who owns a server and you play on it, so I have to like you. I mean this from a truly honest standpoint. I actually really do care about you people. You guys have become almost like family to me. Obviously, I don't know every one of you personally, but a lot of our players have been around for a really long time. I mean, a really long time. We saved the life of a player at one point. I don't know if any of you admins are old enough to remember that situation. We literally had to fucking dox a person because he was having a heart attack, and we actually saved him and got the police to his house. I mean, it's just I don't even know how to explain it. You guys have really, really touched my life in a positive way. Obviously, a lot of negative comes along with it, as we saw today, but I'm going to avoid that. I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to talk about it. I just want to stick to the positive right now. And that's the fact that I really, really, even players that have pissed me off and I've had to, get on to you for violating this or that, I really care about all of you. I really do. You guys are pretty much my family and my friends at this point. I rarely have time to hang out with any of my friends anymore. I pretty much just work all day and then work on the server all night. And I've just really grown to know a lot of you on a personal level. And I just want to tell you all I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. So with that said, let's move on to my first note.
T, are you alive?
Oh my God! You know what? I've been talking this whole time, but hitting the wrong button.
So let's move on to our first note.
That was it. Done.
I just died.
Thank you guys for coming.
Well, what's funny is normally when I'm streaming, I use a different push to talk key so that I can talk in Discord and the stream. And right now it's the same key, so I was pushing the wrong one this whole time. So my first note is what a crazy force wipe we had. We had massive issues on the first day from the force wipe. Raid-based plugin wasn't working. New quests weren't working. A lot of stuff wasn't working. Then we had major issues that caused us to have to rewipe. And I don't know if all of you know what went on when there was that major issue that caused us to have to rewipe, but our admin team literally went on all 4 servers to every single player. And for those who don't know, we average about 1,300 players per wipe on our servers. We had admins. This is giving me the trembles just talking about this. We had admins go to every single offline player on every single server and put all their stuff into their backpack or into some boxes in their base so that they would not lose their contents in their inventory when we had to rewipe the servers because of the big bug with the update. So yeah, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. I mean, I kid you not. We went line by line, player by player, and saved every single player's items and themselves if they were, logged out in the wilderness. We didn't want them to die. So that was a mess. Then as soon as that was done, we had 2 straight days of DDoS attacks with lag spikes and all that good stuff. Aliana, am I missing anything from Hell Month here? I know there's a lot, and I just...
Well, we had that issue where we were having that massive console spam, and then we had the massive network hits, and then it stopped, and then we had the massive network hits again, and then we had a time where we had no vending machines, and then the face punch update was having elevators kill people, and we had no idea why that was happening. And we thought, well, I have to wipe again because of that. It was just really endless. It just kept going. Every single day was like a new problem.
Yeah, it was never ending. And then we had the I think it was about a weekend or so when we had just a big network issue with like a bad node, like five hops away from the server. So first of all, by the way, this is going to sound like I'm patting our backs, but I'm actually patting the players' backs when I say this. So just keep that in mind. So when that kept happening, that was on main one, and it was just causing horrendous lag, and everybody's pings kept jumping up to like 2,000, and then they drop back down to normal, then they jump back up to like 2,000 again. I'm sure you all remember that. It was a couple weeks ago. I can tell you from the moment that started happening, within 24 hours, I had us a brand new dedicated machine with higher specs in a completely different data center across the country, set up, ready to go live. And I'm sure you guys all remember this. And then that night, we said, screw it, and pulled the switch and flipped over to the new IP to alleviate those lag problems for you guys. Now, again, remember what I just said. That's not a pat me on the back. That's a pat the players on the back because, A, you guys paid for that with your donations. That the fact that we have enough cash sitting in reserve that we can go pay for a brand new dedicated machine, top of the line equipment, literally with no notice whatsoever. I mean, it was at night, and I was like, you know what, screw it, let's do it. Boom, ordered it, and then the next day we were on it live. So the fact that you players are generous enough with your donations to make that possible is incredible. And that should show you the dedication that our admin team has to the players. Within 24 hours of you guys reporting high pings and lag issues, we had you on a new box. And that was on a weekend, if I remember correctly. That's pretty impressive stuff.
I think it was like a Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
I think it was Sunday night because you were trying to watch your.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that should tell you my dedication is I was trying to watch my Steelers game, and I was finally like, you know what, screw this, we're switching to the new box, and I actually turned off my Steelers game and got us switched over to the new machine. But again, that's not a pat my back. That's a pat the players' back. Y'all's donations are what make that kind of stuff possible. We try to keep any extra cash we make in reserves so that we can do things like that. And that's one decision I'm glad we made is to keep those reserves because look what it did for us. So yeah, props to the players for y'all's donations making that possible. And the server's been running fine ever since. So yeah, October's just been a hell of a month. It's probably been one of the worst months that we've had in at least a year. As far as just force swipe breaking things and stuff just going haywire. So it's been a hell of a month for all of us. So I do appreciate everybody's patience in dealing with what a nightmare October has been, and that's one of the reasons I had the sentiment that I started this meeting with how I feel about you all, is because instead of being negative and griping and bitching and moaning, you guys were all just supportive. You guys were like, you know what, 2,000 ping, whatever, I like it here. I'll deal with it for right now. And the fact that you guys are so supportive, it really touches not just myself. I'm sure I'm speaking for the entire admin team when I say that. It really makes our job easier. Moving on to the next note. We do not have any ways of editing, fixing, breaking, or altering vanilla monuments, including things that go along with them. For example, oil rig. Something's been going on lately with every now and then, I guess, oil rig door gets stuck open or something. I'm not really sure. The point being is the vanilla monuments are just one solid piece in the map editor. I have no way of altering them or fixing them or changing them at all. I'm sure you guys all know that I decorate them, but that's just kind of like an overlay of stuff that I put on top of vanilla monuments to make them look nicer, but I can't actually edit or fix their functionality. My next note comes with a screenshot, so I don't know if I can really do that one right now. I'll skip that one for now. All right. If you see some of us, especially elite admins, coming into a server and we miss your hellos, I promise you it's not on purpose. Usually we're in game to fix something or click something, and most of the time we're alt tabbed out of the game before we even finish loading in. I can't tell you how many times I click the login button and then I tab out immediately, and then 15 minutes later I'll tab back in to do what I needed to do. So most of the time, we're not ignoring you. We just are tabbed out doing something else. I've noticed it lately where I miss some hellos and I'm like, man, I kind of feel like a dick. But I promise you,
though.
Max definitely ignoring you, but I promise you I'm not. If I ignore your hello, it's just because I was tabbed out. I promise you I'm not trying to. Next one. Oh yeah, there's just want to put a reminder in there. In our FAQ section, I put a tutorial on how you can favorite a server without even having to be into Rust. You know, every now and then people have complaints like, "Oh, I can't find the server in the server browser." Rust is finicky like that. It only shows you a certain amount of servers relative to your geographical location, if I'm correct. But there is a way to favorite any servers straight from Steam without even having to open Rust. And I posted a tutorial on how to do that in our FAQs. So if you just go ahead and favorite the servers like that, then you won't have to worry about finding them. Oh yeah. So the next note is teach everyone how to mute everything except for announcements and update log. Far too many people are missing information there and then asking the questions that were already explained. So yeah, we try not to spam the two channels called announcements and update log. If you're watching my stream, you can see right now where I'm talking about, right there and right there. Those two channels are very important. Anything we ever change on the servers, we put in update log. Anything major that we do usually goes in announcements. And I try not to spam those channels. I try not to post a lot in those channels. So it's pretty smart to keep those channels unmuted. And I know everybody, including myself, when you join the Discord, the first thing you do is mute the whole thing because you don't want to hear all the stupid pings. But to do it the other way would be to unmute the server globally and then just go category by category and mute the stuff that you don't want to hear notifications on. So you could like leave the information category completely unmuted because we don't really post a lot of stuff in there. Maybe mute the bot goodies or something, but you can pretty much leave that entire category unmuted. You can go down here to the chat one. You can right click it and hit mute channel until I turn it back on. You know, that kind of stuff. Just leave the announcements and the update log ones unmuted though. Pretty important stuff in there, and it's pretty frequent that somebody asks a question that was literally just explained in one of those channels. So post the screenshot. What screenshot are you talking about? Oh, if you're talking about the other one, it was a build. It was a build. I can read you the note. The note says this is a solo player on day 2 of a force wipe, and I think it was a base that was like 4 grids. Like it was massive. So something like that. Nothing major. Nothing too important that I have to do right this second. So it's all good. By the way, good to see you, Nicole. All right, next one. Accusations. They need to stop on Purge Day. There's an F7 for a reason. We also accept. I can't talk. We also accept tickets to observe potential hackers. But please stop accusing people in general chat. Remember, it's supposed to be a fun PvP day. It's not supposed to be filled with drama and stuff like that. And honestly, I mean, it's PvP. Like it doesn't matter if we have banned some cheaters before that we did catch. I mean, blatantly. Like I remember one of them just kind of like flew around in our faces, like, "Watch me, admin, I'm cheating." So. I mean, there are some definite cheaters out there, but it's not that common in PvE. Like nobody really cares to cheat that much in PvE. Yeah, DVN would be a good example. Look, we get reports on DVN every single PvP day. DVN's been on our server for years. He has more hours in Rust than Facepunch does. The dude's just good. I mean, like we've watched him so much. I could probably tell you what he had for breakfast.
Mind you, we watched him because we all thought he was cheating.
Yeah. The original way that he caught our attention wasn't even a player report. It was us. We were like, wait a minute, this guy's too good. He's not cheating. He's just a good guy. He's actually a really nice dude too. If you get a chance to know him, not on the receiving end of one of his bullets, he's actually a really nice guy. So please stop reporting him for cheating. He's not cheating, I promise you. He is just stupid good. So just, let it.
On the aspect of that too, though, like reporting people for cheating, don't abuse the F7. Like I saw several F7s. Like we can see those when it comes across whoever that you're F7ing someone, and like some of them, it's just like you're abusing it. You're saying things that just aren't true. Like don't do that either. Yeah,
we've had some nasty F7s come across that are just probably should be illegal because of it. Yeah, we banned someone because the F7 talking about the person was a child molester or something just because they killed him in PvP. It's just dumb. So just you guys have fun on PvP day. It's just meant to be a little fun way to blow off all your boom at the end of the wipe. So let's not do all the accusations. And if you really do think someone's cheating, just tell the admins. We'll come watch. PvP day is like our chill day. We just kind of float around in the air and watch everybody kill each other. There's nothing much to do. So we actually have a lot of restrictions we place on our admin team on PvP day. We don't want them interacting with players because just the potential of giving away their position and stuff like that. So we we actually don't do a lot on PvP day. We just kind of float around and watch. So feel free to let us know, and we'll take a look. But just don't get mad. Don't take it to general chat. There's no need for that. We're all friends here, and we're all going to be friends here, the day after when we wipe. So just keep that in mind. Next note. Just a reminder, main 2, it's been like 4 months of this now, of leaving the transfers open. I'm going to keep leaving them open. If anyone wants to transfer to main 2, we will send your RP and your, it won't be Z levels in Vet Gold right now because we're about to have a force wipe and Z levels are going to go away, but we'll send your RP over there. If you have Vet Gold on a different server, we'll send that over there with you. The reason we're doing this is just because we're still seeing about triple the amount of people on main 1 that we see on main 2. So every wipe, main 1 sits at a queue for days and days, and people are angry because they're having to wait in a long queue to get on the server when they could just go on main 2, which is the exact same server. And actually really great people on main 2. So those transfers are still on the table if anyone is interested. Next note, the response of, quote, I guess I just won't play anymore then. Or trying to, it's the guilt trips and the threaten to quit the server if we don't do what you want us to do as admins. Or throwing the donation thing in our face, like, oh, I donated, you should do this. Just please stop. That's not going to get us to bend the rules and do things for you. We say this since day one. If you died in normal Rust gameplay, even if it's unfair Rust gameplay, like you wander across a boss NPC and you didn't realize it was a boss and he just claps you, and now you can't get your stuff back. That's still normal Rust gameplay. Nothing was wrong. We can't help you, and we get so many people that they're like, well, I died and I lost everything I had. Well, I'm sorry. And well, first of all, why were you carrying everything you had on you? But even then, I still can't help you. You died just to normal gameplay. And people get mad at us, and you believe some of the stuff that comes in these support tickets. It's like, well, I just might as well never play on the server again now if you can't help me. Well, I mean, come on now, really? And then we get people, well, I donated. You're not going to ever get my donations again if you don't help me get my corpse back. Like, really? Come on. So please stop with that kind of stuff. We're not here to be bribed or guilt tripped into doing stuff. It's kind of, yeah, exactly. Oh, also, make sure you guys remember to set home. I know 99% of you do that stuff, but believe it or not, set homes is actually pretty useful for the admin team too. If something ever happens, like say your internet crashes and you're flying a minicopter and you slam into the ground and you die, we watch for that kind of stuff all the time. And we will actually go rescue your stuff because, like I just described in the last topic, that wasn't your fault. You didn't die to normal Rust gameplay. You died because your internet went out and you just crashed into the ground. So, we try to look out for stuff like that. If we see a player die, right after they timed out or something, we'll try to go save your stuff for you. Well, we have an admin command that shows us the location of all your homes that you have used /set home for. So that's how we return your stuff to you. If you don't have a home set, we have no way of finding where to return your stuff to. And then you may log back in, see that you lost your stuff, and then get mad and not want to play anymore, yada yada. But if you have a home set, we know where to return your stuff to at least, and then put a note in there and let you know what happened. All right, moving on to the next. Oh, okay. So way back in the day, I don't think a single person in this channel, maybe Drek, maybe Mac, would remember this, but we used to have wandering NPCs back in the day. And what they were is I designed them in 3 tiers. The low tier were basically in like the starter kit, the little Adidas jumpsuit with the hunting bow and the wooden armor. That was the low tier, and you would find them wandering around like in the temperate areas. And then we had the medium tier, which would be in like regular clothes, road sign stuff, and like a revolver or a little semi or something like that. Those would be in like the tundra and the desert. And then we had the hard tier, which would be fully kitted, walking around in the snowy areas. Now, with that said, we didn't have that many. I think there may have been like 3 or 4 of each on the entire map. So 3 low tiers in all the temperate areas. That's not that many. But they would wander the map like a real player, and they would attack you like a real player. So it was just kind of like a more vanilla feel to it that you're wandering around farming. And next thing you know, some guy with a hunting bow and an Adidas jumpsuit is attacking you like a player. It was actually kind of funny at the time. A lot of players liked it. but a lot of players didn't because you got to be on your toes and you got to watch your back. So I wanted to throw the idea at you guys again. Would that be something you all would be interested in again? Add a little more challenge to things. Again, it would only be about 2 or 3 NPCs per tier, low, medium, and hard. And I mean, again, it's just one of those things where it's like not only you got to watch out for zombies now you got to watch out. Like, is that a player over there? Or is that like a hostile? You know, like it just makes it feel more like Rust. Except these players can't call you the N word and raid you in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. So it was kind of neat. And these player NPCs, they actually will fight zombies too. So hell, for all you know, you could just find one fighting a zombie horde and they all die and then you get the loot. But so I don't know. Maybe I'll put a vote up, see what you guys think about that kind of stuff. I used to love that feature. We just had a lot of players that weren't too fond because they wanted to AFK farm nodes and trees and stuff like that. So, and no, you couldn't identify them until they started shooting you. I mean, you'd be walking along and all of a sudden some jerk with a I dressed them all the same, so it was a little more obvious, but some jerk with a hunting bow would just start shooting at you. That is a beautiful dog, Mountain Juice. Some jerk at a hunting bow would just start shooting at you. And yeah, a lot of people did the jump check, actually. Sharon, I don't know if you were around back then, but yeah, people used to do the jump check. Like one person would see another person from a distance and he would jump and then the other person would jump. And that's how you know it was a real person. But it was kind of fun. So maybe we'll put that up for a vote and see what you guys think. And yeah, we used to get cries like that. Why are you shooting me, dude? This is PvE. It's pretty funny. So we'll see what everybody thinks about that, though. Let's see. Oh, so okay. I don't know what this note is about. I'm gonna skip this one for right now. I don't even know what I was getting at with that one. So we'll move on to the next one. Oh, the next one is just basically. I'm not going to read the whole thing; it's long. But basically, the next one is just you guys gotta get us proof of stuff if something happens. And not only that, but we can't just take people's words on stuff. We've had people swear that they, I lost 500 rockets, I lost 500 C4, and blah blah blah. And like we have no way of tracking that kind of stuff. Rust doesn't track every single thing that happens in this game. Ultimately, just roll with it. If there's a server crash and you get like a little 5-minute rollback or something like that, we don't even refund items on those. As rare as they are, we still don't refund items on those things. We just have no way of knowing. And honestly, the task of trying to go player by player and figure out what each person claims that they lost, even then, is just absolutely insane and pretty much impossible. Moving on to the next one. If you guys have any questions, by the way, just save them for the end and we will answer them. Please do not put up PvE raid bases or camera bases for PvP the day before. I'm sorry, for PvP day before the PvP times. This is an exploit. The reason it's an exploit is you're doing something to another player for a PvP purpose that player cannot counter because it's still PvE mode, if that makes sense. So please don't put up, things outside of, you want to raid the big clan or whatever. Don't start setting up forward bases around their compound ahead of time, that kind of stuff, because that's not fair. Because now you're invincible and your forward bases are invincible, and that's not fair to the people you want to raid, that they can't stop you from building that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just please do not put up those kind of structures before PvP. That would technically be exploiting the PvE config. The new champion rank. So we added a new champion rank. It's literally just a playtime rank. It doesn't offer any perks or anything like that. I mean, obviously it carries over the perks from veteran, which is one step below it, but it doesn't offer any hold on, we're not doing that right now. It doesn't offer any perks or anything like that. It's more just like a bragging right. It's like, yeah, I play a bunch. It changes your name color and your title and all that good stuff. But other than that, it's just there to be a playtime thing. Also, it comes with a skin set that only champion ranked players can skin their kit with. And again, it's not a kit. It's just access to those skins in the skin box. So Yeah, sorry, dude. We're not doing that right now. All right, so moving on to the next one. Oh, Aliana. This one says, I think Aliana should give this one during the meeting, and it has a link.
Oh, fun. Oh, okay. Oh, this is about the raids. Why did I start talking about this? Let me get the context. 2 seconds. Right. People were saying that they felt like maybe the quests for the raid bases were a bit unbalanced as far as time allotment. So, first of all, the quest system is really new. We're constantly still working out kinks on it. Also trying to think up of new fun ideas that is limited in some regards. There's certain things we want to do, like someone had mentioned the Save the Pookies quest where you turn stuff in, but there's no just turn things in quest. It's you have to loot it, and so it doesn't really work that way because it doesn't interface with other stuff. But I digress. That turned into a conversation of, is persistence is key, which is the 25 hard bases. Is that viable? Is it attainable? And ultimately, you would have to be playing a lot to get there. I did some math and kind of talked about that, and then people were like, well, we would prefer to be maybe having that be experts because that's really what we're going for in the long run. Hards just don't really feel like they pay out as much, and that kind of got me back to the discussion of the whole raid revamp that we did last year and early into this year. And there's a whole lot of new faces, so I'm just going to cover it really fast, and I mean really fast in that I'm going to talk really fast. So if you're interested, tune in, and if not, post gifs and pictures of your dogs, and that's all fine and well. Back in the day, the way our raids used to be is they would just spawn in a building and then put the type of wall based on the difficulty. So if it was an expert raid, well, actually expert raids didn't even exist then, but if it was hard, it would be either sheet metal and high qual. If it was medium, it would be either stone and metal, and if it was easy, it would be either stone and wood. And you could raid 3 different bases in the same tier and have a completely different experience. I remember at one point I was doing hard bases, and in one I ran into something like 15 garage doors and 3 armored doors, and in another it was 2 sheet metal doors. So it just wasn't fun, and well, for sometimes it was fun if you got lucky, but what it really amounted to was the people who were trying to raid and knew how to raid, knew which bases we used, they would just avoid the ones that were more toxic, meaning that people who didn't know were just getting the ones that were more toxic, and it was just kind of awkward and not good. So we redid all the brands or all the bases. We took away the automatic wall changing to where it was actually specific that certain bases went for certain difficulties. And then we calculated how much it would cost to raid those bases. It's a variable. There's still a scale. Some bases cost a little bit more. Some bases cost a little bit less. But within any easy, it should be about the same experience, boom wise, if you're going the efficient path. And with any expert, it should be the same. And sure, there's tricks. You learn the base and you realize, oh hey, I don't actually have to go through this door, or maybe I need to, if I blow this wall, I can skip 4 doors. There's totally things like that exist still. But overall, it's just the situation of, if you go from one expert to one expert, you should spend about the same. I understand that sometimes there's certain raids that are just a lot of it has to do with the fact that we just need to continue pumping in more bases, but overall, that's kind of the design of the bases, and the loot is tailored around that. So if you go into a base and it's supposed to cost X amount of boom and you're spending 4 times over that, you're never going to be in a position where you're ever going to make profit because you're rating it inefficiently. So just to kind of explain that there is a scaling of how it's done, and it is intentionally set up that you don't win out all the time, but you should at least be breaking even or profit anywhere from 50 to 60% of the time. So just keep that in mind, and that's basically, I think, all that you wanted me to explain, T-Bird.
Okay. Moving on to the next one. I'm just going to read this one. The good news is we're getting close to the end here, so not too many more to go. Players need to know we are catering to very different crowds on these servers, as we definitely learned today, right? So we try to provide paths for each type of player. With this in mind, you need to realize not everything we offer or do is quote-unquote for you. In other words, some people are heavy raiders, so we have experts in nightmares and really try to challenge them with their raiding. Some people enjoy running custom monuments, but are terrible at raiding and would do nothing but lose Z levels and boom if they tried the nightmares. Some people love farming and RPing and throwing parties and just all the social stuff. And neither of the above is something that they're interested in. So we have quality of life and cosmetic type stuff available for them. Some people are just hardcore and almost use our platform as a social hangout, old school chat room style, which I myself would fall into that category if I was a player. And for those people, we offer things that are based on playtime, which a lot of you might not be able to do. So some people work a ton, have kids, etc., and want to experience our end game type perks. So we offer donation packages so that they can skip the playtime and get those perks, which are the same exact thing as the playtime ones. But some of you have no desire to go that route either, which is fine. Some people literally play the entire wipe just aiming for PvP day. Some of you quite literally never even log in for PvP day and use it as a break. Some of you just try to avoid the PvP day and get frustrated that you end up not having some of our normal content activated during PvP time. But anyway, my point is we have a wide variety of players and play type. You're not going to fit into every category. While some of our content, for example, the debate about quests recently or the debate about the champion playtime rank, some of this content may not even seem possible or desirable for you personally, but it is often because it's being catered to a different style of player than you. And that's fine. It's by design. We're trying to please a melting pot of player types here. So in a nutshell, what that just means is, look, everything we do can't be catered towards one type of player because we have so many types of players here. So just understand that when we make new content or we do something new, it's not trying to oust you or it's not trying to, help the other, type of player that's not you. We're just trying to please a lot of different people. And it's not an easy task. And we are constantly trying to do everything we can to please everybody, but that's physically impossible. So all right, moving on to my next. If you think your base has spawned in wrong, too close to town, in a rock, in a tree, let us know before you start raiding it. If you let us know, we can come, move the base, respawn it for you, get everything going. Once you start blowing stuff up and hitting stuff, it becomes a whole different ball game. So if you get a base and it looks something funky going on, maybe part of it's underground or something, just let us know in support bot. We'll be glad to come over and take care of it for you. Let's see. Explain how our loot locking works and why it is the way it is. So back in the beginning, we had players that would fight over the Bradley, fight over the heli, everybody get mad, and somebody shoot down the heli. It would land somewhere and some noob would run along and take all the loot. So then we made a loot locking plugin. But then the problem is whoever got the kill, and as you guys know in Rust, it technically considers the kill whoever hit the last bullet. So you could do 9,999 damage to a heli and someone else hits one bullet and gets the final shot, they get the kill, and now they got the loot. And that was BS. We actually had players that would purposely just watch the heli, getting taken out, and then right when it was about to, be destroyed, they would start shooting it and they would get the kill and steal the loot. So then we made a new plugin of whoever does the most damage. Well, the problem then was, people would I forgot what the big complaint was with the most damage, because it was just strictly most damage. It didn't lock to anybody.
You'd get people that would sit there and you'd get a team that would walk over with 6 rocket launchers and just bombard something where you had some poor dude that would be like, cool, I just walked in and shot a rocket.
Yeah, or you get a guy that would he'd throw one C4 on the Bradley, and then like Drag just said, some team would come in and just bam, 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 hit it with a bunch of rockets and kill it, and they got the most damage, so now it's theirs. And that's not fair. The other guy, he started it, he got into position, he put a C4 on it, he already hit it, he already damaged it a bunch, and now these guys just rushed in there and took it from him. So then we designed the system, another plugin, where it's based on a threshold. The first person to do 20% damage, which means, okay, now you're officially engaged. It locks to them to where no one else can damage it except him and his team. And then it gives him a certain amount of time to finish it. And if he doesn't finish it, it will unlock because, nobody wants an invulnerable heli flying around the map for the next 15 minutes. So basically that's where we're at now. We've tried numerous different ways. No matter what we do, there's always going to be something that can go wrong or someone that complain about something. But we feel that where we're at now with that is the best solution. We want people to actually fight over the Bradleys and the helis, not verbally, but compete over them, I guess would be a better way to phrase that. But we feel it's fair that if you do 20% damage or more, you and your team, then it's officially locked to you for a certain amount of time, so you can finish it off without worrying about somebody else swooping in and taking it from you. And so far, this has been the most peaceful solution to that issue. So I just wanted to explain why we do it the way we do it and what we've tried in the past, and that led us to where we are now. So, next note. If you snag a custom build spot, always do a test sleep first, the first night you're there, naked. So let me explain why. There's something going on. We can't figure out what it is. We've tested every which way is a Sunday, and we cannot figure out what's doing this. But something's going on with some kind of prefab or something that we're using in some of these custom build spots that are killing players when they're offline, almost like a safe zone thing, like where it just deletes you when you're offline. We don't know why. We've actually even this wipe, we had someone have it happen to them in a custom build spot that we literally duplicated on this map and have more than one spot. So like, well, it doesn't make any sense. It like, I'm the person who does these on the map editor, and I literally just highlighted the custom build spot, hit copy and paste, and then moved it to a different location. So there's two of them. One of them was killing players, one of them wasn't, and we can't figure out why. So we're still trying to track this bug down. We don't know what's causing it. It's very rare, but it does happen. So if you get a custom build spot, the big glass houses that you can build in, or just anything that looks like you wouldn't normally be able to build in it in normal Rust, but you can on our server. If you find one of those and you build in it, the very first night you do that, you might want to just build like a little 1x1 outside of it to sleep in that night, or to put your stuff in or something. I'm sorry, I'm telling you this backwards. You might want to go to sleep in it the first night naked with all your stuff in your backpack to see if it kills you. If it does kill you, you're more than welcome to keep using that custom build spot. And yeah, Aliana just posted a picture of one, that ice thing down there. If it does kill you, then you may want to make a little 1x1 outside to sleep in at night, just so you don't get killed. And again, you're more than welcome to keep using them. Just be careful. If it does kill you, your stuff in your backpack is safe, and your stuff in the boxes in your base are safe. So I would just, the very first night, like I said, strip down, get naked, giggity, and make sure it doesn't kill you before you, because I don't want to see you logging off with a full kit and then waking up dead and you lost everything. So just take caution, please. Moving on to the next. You guys will be excited to know I am on my last page, and there's only a half a page here, so we're almost there. Oh, this is just a quick one. Very excited to see how much everyone has been enjoying the little mini game of killing the bosses and collecting all their customized kits and stuff. We will be doing more things like this in the future. I can tell you that Aliana and some of the other admins put a ton of work into those mini bosses right now on the map, and they are more than tickled that you guys are having a blast with those things. So, good stuff. Look, Getty, we get it. 2 staff were in training. They showed up to stop somebody harassing somebody. They didn't know what to do because they didn't want to get anybody in trouble or cause any drama, so they asked me to log into the server and come help them, and I did. That's all you see there. All the other people in that picture are players that happen to have been helping that guy raid that base. So one admin showed up to stop him from harassing a player. I'm sorry that bothers you. You're just going to have to get over it, though. That's just how it is around here. And I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it. I'm just really tired of seeing it go by in the chat. I have no regrets. I really don't. I love my community. I love my players, and I've promised them since day one that I will not let people harass them and bother them. If someone is feeling harassed about something tiny that the rest of us wouldn't feel harassed about, that's not my decision to make. My decision to make is, this player is not comfortable in this situation and has asked an admin to please remedy the situation. That's what I do. If that bothers other people or makes me look like some kind of Nazi, tyrant, racist, whatever everybody keeps calling me, I'm sorry. I really am sorry that you feel that way. I truly, truly, truly care about my community and my players, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they're having a good time and they feel protected, in the sense that they know if they're uncomfortable or someone's bothering them, that the admins are going to come take care of that. That's all there is to it. There's nothing more to it. I'm not a racist. I'm married to a black woman.
Next note, T.
Yeah, okay, moving on. Whatever. Okay. Just because we're online doesn't mean we are tuned in. It sounds like an Aliana note right here.
It is.
Okay, I can type I can type a sentence in the, you know how I knew that, right? Was the tuned in part. I can type a sentence and then immediately tab out into other server work. So if you need us, please use your tickets. And I mean, I can handle this one for you, Aliana, because it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, like I said earlier with the whole "if I don't say hello back to you" thing. Look, we really we do a lot of work. Like, oh my god, a lot of work behind the scenes. So we try to stay logged into every server all day. At least one admin, hopefully. Obviously, Terminus and some of the low pop servers we don't, but we try to at least keep somebody on main 1 and main 2 at all times. We are most likely tabbed out. I work from home. Aliana works from home. Drac, you work from home too, don't you?
That I do.
Okay, yeah, we have a lot of admins that work from home, so that's why you see us online all day. But chances are we're probably working and not really paying attention. So if you're screaming for an admin in chat, we're probably not seeing that. But Discord support bot does notify us, and we'll get our attention real quick. So just put in a Discord support bot ticket, and we will come assist you as soon as possible. Moving on to the next one. Remind about train/license. Oh yeah, the next map, ZL Express. That was our first map we ever had a bunch of drivable trains on. So don't forget /license. You can buy yourself a drivable train and you can drive around the map. Speaking of which, Aliana, did that vote finish up with the other vehicle issue? So I can go ahead and just announce it now.
That's a Drac question. Sorry.
Drac?
Yes. Option.
Okay. So we're going 2 regular, 3 VIP, 4 veteran.
Yes.
Okay. Modular cars. We'll be switching. I guess I'll do it on force wipe when I have to do all kinds of other stuff anyway. Modular cars coming soon will be a 2-part modular, can be spawned by anyone. 3-part can be spawned by VIP, and 4-part can be spawned by veterans. This change should go into effect on the force wipe. Pardon me if I forget to update /info. If you guys knew how much work we have to do, it's insane. I'll try to remember to update /info also, but yeah, that should be coming soon. So, and don't worry, Howard, you can ignore Zombot. He's touchy. He's touchy. He warns everybody for caps. All right, moving on. Yeah, that's why we're doing this ACO, is hopefully people stop hoarding all the vehicles. So. Permanent structures for bosses, Bradleys, or raids. Please do not build permanent structures for taking out Bradleys and mini bosses and stuff like that. Every time we put challenging content on the map, like big boss Bradleys and boss NPCs and even the raid base islands and stuff, like all these little forward bases start popping up around them for people to try to take. Like if you're going to pop up a base to take out a Bradley, tear it down when you're done, please. We already have enough issues with thousands and 250,000 entities on our map. So
just on main 1 alone, at least several of the boss spots have these little 2x1s by 2 high, so they could take the boss. Guys, if you do that, take it down. We asked people to take all their raid stuff down. If you're going to do this, use it. Take it down when you're done. Otherwise, you may all of a sudden have new additions to your bases that make absolutely no sense, and you can't take it down by any way, and you have to call the admins over because we'll have a giant sign on it saying, "We've returned stuff that you've left behind."
Also, Howard, stay tuned for the stream after the meeting, because I got something that's going to blow your mind away if you like those little mini bosses. Okay, moving on to the next one. I know I'm supposed to stop talking about it, and I'm not going to talk about it. I just want to mention that there may be an influx, obviously, of new players on our server in the next couple of days that want to cause us harm or drama. Please do not engage them in chat. Just report them through support bot. We will come take care of them ourselves. Like I said, it's probably going to happen, so just be ready for it. Report it in support bot. Ignore them. No big deal. And the final note is Force Wipe is actually at 3 p.m. on Thursday. This is not from me. This is from FacePunch. From what I gather, FacePunch is on a different daylight savings time thing than we are. So the U.S. is still in daylight savings time, but I guess where FacePunch is located has reverted back to normal standard time, which puts the wipe at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, like right now, it's 8:20 p.m. in the time zone that I'm discussing. So 3 p.m. is when the wipe will be on Thursday. Nothing I can do about it. That's like I said, that's a FacePunch thing. I'm not too pleased about it. It's just one more hour I got to sit there drinking Pepto-Bismol, wondering what they're going to break. But Nothing we can do about it. So 3 p.m. Eastern on Thursday is the force wipe. Yeah, New York time. 3 p.m. New York time. Does BST really stand for British Summertime? Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. Today I learned. All right, so with all that said, we'll first move on to the leads. Leads, you guys have anything you want to bring up? Well, that was easy.
I always let them go first. And no
I
one
know.
talks
I mean, I
about
got one
anything.
thing I guess I could.
Well, you might as well
bring
go
up.
because once Aliana gets revved up, there ain't no stopping that.
No, I'm not
I
gonna
know,
talk about
right?
it today.
She's gonna talk, and 5 hours can go by. Man.
But
But
Which is-
9 years later.
right. The only thing I really have is be careful who you choose to TP to. I constantly, for whatever reason, I don't know about the other admins, but people try to TP to me all the time. 90% of the time, I'm either a mile up in the air or I'm under the map, and I've just started accepting them. Some people have just started falling from the sky, or they're stuck under the map, and I mean that's on you. It's not something our game did wrong, so just be aware. Don't TP to admins.
Also, on the same side of that, if you have something wrong, don't ask us to TP to you either. Put a ticket in. Tell us what's wrong. Hey, admin, you're talking to me in the middle of it, or in like, hey, admin, there's a problem with my raid base. Say something like that. Would still prefer a ticket, because God forbid I got up to go take a piss or something, and Max over there is scratching his balls on doing something else and doesn't see what's going on. But also in the tickets, tell us what's wrong. Don't say hi.
Yeah, tell us what's wrong. Give us what server you're on. Give us your in-game name. That way, like, if you're like, hey, it's MacLear, I'm on main 2, I just fell through the map. Like, then I'm like, okay, I need to get over there and save you quickly. Instead of just like, oh, I have no idea what's going on. Where's he at?
Half our tickets start off with hi, and we're like, hey there. And they're like, oh, my name's so-and-so.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, so-and-so. What can I do? Just start your ticket off with so-and-so, main 1, I fell through the map. Boom, we're on our way. So just make it a lot easier for us.
If you want to flirt with us, wait till after we've helped you. Then you can flirt with us.
Wait till we at least know the problem, so we know whether we're flirting with danger or flirting with someone who may be a little wet under the map.
Or if we want to flirt back.
Yeah.
That too.
Okay.
So,
All right.
the only thing, the only thing I was gonna say, I was just gonna say, T reflecting kind of reminded me about all the stuff that we had dealt with at the beginning of the wipe and how stressful that was, and I just wanted to one more time thank everybody for being cool about it. It's funny, I can get screamed at because somebody lost like 4 satchels, but literally everyone lost their entire bases, and I think we only had one person complain. So, just thank you guys for understanding like that we're people too. I mean, I think all of us called into work. Somebody literally like sped home from work and called their friend that was a cop to be like, don't pull me over because I'm running home to deal with a rust issue right now, or something crazy like that. Like, it was insane. So just thank you guys so much for, being nice and, being such a good community. Really, really, I like doing the work for y'all. So thank you. Oh yeah, and ahead of the force wipe, just remember that force wipes break everything, and make sure you watch Discord for known issues and updates as we go through the force wipes.
Yeah, just if you guys, I know I got real sappy in the beginning of the meeting, but just to end it with some more sap, if you guys knew how much this team of admins puts their heart and soul into this server, I mean, everybody from even the newest staff members, we have some staff right now. If for those that don't know, staff is our rank of admins that are in training. So, by the way, congrats to our new staff, Adopted, James, Sink, and Savage. They're doing an excellent job, a very excellent job. But even from the newest staff all the way up to the most senior admins, like if you guys knew how much heart and soul these people put into this server for you guys, I don't want to say we get nothing out of it, because we do. We get lots of love from a lot of players. Believe it or not, for every negative thing you see, coming from people that got banned or in trouble and stuff, we get so much positive from our players that it is truly touching. Like it is. There's been days where these players have choked me up, like literally just choked me up in real life. We've had players, God, you remember that one document, Aliana, where we had that anonymous feedback form and all the players were putting in their feedback for us anonymously? We had players in there that were literally like, look, I was depressed. And I'm talking multiple people saying this to us. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I hated my life. And I found y'all servers and everybody was so nice to me here. And I found like a whole new meaning in life now. I mean, like people that serious. It's crazy. People really have been that nice and that friendly and that sweet around here that it just makes us as an admin team want to work extra hard to make sure this place stays that way and to make sure we take care of all of you. I can tell you with 100% honesty, y'all's well-being as far as the gameplay and as far as just emotional, just being comfortable, having a good time, making sure, I'm sure you guys have heard me in other meetings before. I'm very, very strict on women not being sexually harassed and stuff like that. So y'all's comfort and y'all's well-being on our server is truly our top priority, period. Top priority. That's all there is to it. From day one, every dollar we spend from the donations, everything we do, every hour of work that we put into the server is just so that you guys and gals will have a good time, have a friendly place to play Rust. Life is rough. You got to work your jobs. You got to take care of your kids. You got to, walk your dog. You got to do all this crap. We just want a place where you can come, sit down at night, go in here, chat with some of your friends, have a good time, farm some nodes, shoot some zombies, raid some bases, and then go to bed. We just want you guys to have a good time. Everything we do is centered around that philosophy. And I just want to make sure you guys truly understand that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Y'all's comfort and enjoyment is our top priority here. All right. Any other leads got anything? Y'all done? All right. Moving on to the admins. Any admins got anything? Any admins or staff? Got anything you want to pipe up about? Going once?
Just a big thank you to our players.
Amen to that. Going once, going twice.
Yeah, I mean, I know we as admin and staff, we do care about the player base a lot. Even when we had I remember a couple weeks ago when we had the abandoned player base plugin that malfunctioned.
Oh yeah,
And
that was another one we forgot
me and
about.
Aliana, bad idea.
Sorry,
literally
Sui.
No, you're good. You're good. Running around all 4 servers just trying to save everybody's fucking base from decaying and shit, and it was quite the load. We were all about to go to bed too, so.
Oh yeah, that was a late night too.
Yeah.
I forgot about the 5 a.m. crashes too for Insect, like calling me like 3 times a week.
Oh, there was one.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was not easy at all.
There was one weekend this month. I'm not going to get too gabby because I know you guys are in a hurry to get onto the juicy stuff. There was one weekend this month where our late night crew, they have me and Aliana's cell phone number, and like the late night crew, man, were calling us like every single night there was a problem. He was calling us like, "Oh my God, the server's on fire!" And I'm like, my poor wife was like, "Why do you keep getting out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning every night?" But I remember by the time it was all over with, I was like, "Hey, Aliana, let's just call him at 3 o'clock in the morning now."
Oh yeah, T. We got the winners for the pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
So we'll do the raffle. I haven't done it yet. I'll do it while T's finishing his stream. But from Terminus, Alameria won first place, and from Main 2, Kikapo 209, and then from 1, Swinny the Pooh. Congratulations, you guys, for 2nd and 3rd, and I'll be entering everyone else into a raffle. I'll announce it in just a minute here. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, and for those that forgot, we're giving away gift cards up to I think $190 total to those people. So, congrats to the person that donated for that. Am I allowed to call you out by name? Type in chat if yes.
Type in chat regardless.
Yeah. Just make it known.
He could just not type at all. Okay, so that kind of
That's great.
Okay, so I'm freaking crying. Okay, so no, don't say my name. That was pretty dumb. For those that don't know, Bill is one of the most generous people we've ever had on this server. He's a great guy. He's never thrown his donations in our faces for anything. He's never asked for any special treatment. Matter of fact, Bill, I don't even think I've ever even seen you like physically in game in front of me before. Like I've never had to respond to you for anything. He's never asked us for anything. He's a great guy. He's again never asked the admin team for anything at all, other than just throwing in donations and asking us to come up with some kind of cool contest for the players, and that's where this comes from. So everybody give a big applause to Bill. Generous people like him are the reason we could afford to, get a brand new box on 24-hour notice. And don't get me wrong, that's all of you, not just Bill. We have a lot of generous players on our servers. The only reason I'm bringing him up right now is because this pumpkin contest was through his donations. So thank you, Bill. Very generous of you, dude. And honestly, I cannot emphasize the fact enough that you do this and have never, ever asked for anything from the admin team at all. That's truly admirable. So I appreciate it. All right. Any other staff or
Can I just say
admins?
one thing before
Of course.
this goes off? So with the whole Bill and pumpkin thing, it took us months to actually come up with something to do for the event.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was like, oh, it's October now, let's do it now. It took us months to just sit, brainstorm what the hell we're gonna do with it. And he was just so calm about it, always just saying thank you guys for everything. Like, it was just incredible, dude.
Yeah. Truly, truly good guy. Which that's what our community is all about. People like him and the rest of you. So, any other admins got anything to throw in there?
Yeah, I wanted to put in like it's basically like another thank you to the players, but like it shows a lot that the community really comes around when we switched the server over in 24 hours and still basically almost had everybody up and going within an hour after booting it.
And not a single complaint either. Like everybody was just like, thanks. Back to raiding.
And even when we were doing the whole switching thing and everybody was like, okay, so what do we have to do to get going now?
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right. Can we get some poggers in the chat for main 2?
Oh, God. Here goes the main 2 life. Briscoe versus main 2.
Let's go, main 2.
Round 1.
Boo, main 1 better.
We have like a big gang. We should make a Battlefield server one day just to have like a Battlefield Rust server just to have main 1 versus main 2, a big like giant battle.
We should have main 2 just raid main 1.
You know what I'll do one day? I'll take one of our extra, because we have extra boxes still. I'll take one of our extra boxes. I'll set up a big flat map with like a giant compound on one end and a giant compound on the other end with a river in the middle and a bridge, and let main 2 versus main 1 fight.
Main 2 gets to have DVN though.
Hey, the
I'm gonna claim DVN right now.
Yes, the thing is though, is main 1 is going to build a big old PvP base, and then main 2 is going to have Frodo with a giant ass castle, and we're going to be having tea parties and telling stories around campfires. That's how we roll.
You forget. I'm on main 2. I am in main 2. I'm building the base.
Okay. I'm loading Rust right now. I'm loading right now for everybody. By the way,
I'll be in the rooftop with the fucking L9. Come at me.
Are we taking players' comments? Or...
We all know how that went.
Players' comments real quick, but look, Light will be on the sideline like cheerleaders, and then Terminus will be wandering around the map going, "Where's the barrels?"
Right? Who do we get loot?
All right, we're moving to player comments now. Let's go ahead and switch this to slow mode. We'll rush through these comments real quick. I know you guys are excited to see this content we have to show you tonight. For those who are still in this channel, look, I have 2 really exciting things to show you as soon as we're done with these questions and answers from the players. We have the most amazing map. Literally, my jaw hit the floor when I started working on this map. And then we have a really cool new plugin to show you. And no, it's not the stats. It's actually something really exciting. So stick around for the stream of that. But switch it to slow mode. For those who don't know how this works, where do they do this? In the meeting channel, right?
Yeah, so it's in slow mode, the meeting channel where everyone's typing and all that. You can type your question there if you don't feel like speaking. Or if you come to the actual server meeting, like the channel we're all talking in right now, down at the bottom, there's a raise your hand to request to speak or whatever. I'll then choose to allow you to speak or not, depending on if I like you or not. And then at the top of your screen, there should be a pop-up or something like that basically allows you to accept. And you click that, and then you can ask your question in voice if you so choose.
Yeah, it should be down at the bottom, I think, there. Bad idea. Your mic is hot, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
He just wants us to hear him fart, so.
Oh,
Not
Lord.
on that screen, it's not.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it sometimes gets stuck in whatever in the meeting channel. Earlier, every single person's was hot, and then Drac talked, and his went quiet, so I don't know.
All right, you got some requests, so let's do this.
Yep. All right, start off. We got Lex. You want to go ahead and accept that? There you go.
Yep, I accepted it. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep. Lex.
We can hear you.
Hi. So I got 2 questions. First of all, I can't see who the winners are in the pumpkin carving contest. I get that you posted a spreadsheet, but I can't see the actual pumpkins, right? Second
fix that.
is because there's no names, but second is why is there no people in this server at all? From days on end, there's nobody in voice chat. Nothing's actually happening. Everybody's just in game. Usually, when I go on any other Discord server that's based on another server, there's hundreds of people, right? Compared to this.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the answer to that. I mean, I've seen people in our voice servers before. I know a lot of the groups have their own personal servers. They like little clans and teams and stuff like that. Yeah, like Meg just said, they're usually in their own little personal discords. I've even seen players at some points just post like, "Hey, I'm chilling in main one voice. Everybody come hang out," and people do show up. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, no idea why.
Yeah, a lot of event-based things. I know main 2. I've definitely seen main 1 do the same thing. When we have event-based things, we'll, hey, come on into either or, and let's shoot the shit and have some fun.
Anything else you got?
Not at the moment.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Thank you.
He's got a good voice. I can see why he wants everybody in voice.
Right. All right, Corpse Man up. Got you. Can't hear you yet. Trying to talk, Corpse?
Yeah, it's not letting me accept it.
Hey, there we go. We can hear you.
There it is.
Okay.
I heard you now.
Okay. Damn, my Discord's going freaking nuts. So T, just a question. I know you showcased a possibility of some like water foundations or something a few meetings back, and then it kind of went away or didn't really say it. But I keep seeing it every time you stream. Is that something that is going to be in the future, or does it just suck too bad?
I knew this was coming from you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I really am trying. There's some plugins that we got to take a lot of time to calculate things like the costs and balance them out and stuff like that. And then on top of that, we have to weigh out like, is this going to be a niche thing where players, enjoy it for a couple of weeks and then never touch it again? And now we just wasted, a very valuable plugin slot on it, stuff like that. It's not off the table yet, which that's why you're still seeing it when I'm streaming from the test servers. But I don't have an exact ETA on it yet.
No, just curious because like I said you mentioned it and then it kind of went radio silence on it. So it seems like it'd be something to be real fun to use, but I completely get the reasoning.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Again, we're just like I said, we're trying to balance it. It's really hard to balance because it's an item that you have to do. You can't just build. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. It's an item. So we're trying to. Are we going to sell it for RP in the RP store? Are we going to make it something that you can craft? So we're just trying to figure out. And when pushing out all these new maps and stuff like that, it just keeps getting pushed to a back burner, man. I'm sorry about that. I know some of you guys have been pretty excited to check it out. So,
it's understandable. Stuff takes time. Just like I said, with everything going on, it makes sense. You hadn't mentioned it, but just kind of wanted to bring it up. And just one other thing is like, as long as me and Frodo are hanging out, y'all have nice big ass RP builds or interesting RP builds. Like we've got a couple in reserve for finding the right spot on the right map that gonna be pretty nice. Hopefully we can get them pulled out.
It's all good, man. We enjoy both of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. You got anything else for us?
Nope.
Cool.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, next we got Flap.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, I know who this is. Hey, how you doing?
How do I make it speaker? Oh, here you go. Hold on. Let me just change the output quickly. Hello, bud. You most likely know who I am.
I do.
Yep.
I'm just here just to say, mate. I've had, I don't think the community should know about this, but I can't be bothered DMing you. Your community keeps sending me messages about what's been going on between us, and I would like you to put an announcement out just to tell people to stop bothering us about it.
How are they messaging you?
I've got numerous DMs from certain people, for example, saying like, oh, hopefully it doesn't kick me out when I do this. I beg it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So I've had I'm not going to say a guy's name, but there people literally are messaging me about the whole situation, about what happened, and I really couldn't care. I've had about 7 people message me. One of them being Wolves.
Yes, I did.
I know he's is he here now?
Yes,
yeah,
I am.
he's one of the lead admins here.
Yeah. Listen, mate, I think it's best just to leave it. No point messaging me because I can't be asked of it.
Well, while I personally have nothing to say to any of the people involved in that, gotta say it's pretty lopsided right now with the amount of attacks against our good community here versus 7 people DMing you. Well, and again, I'm not encouraging anybody. Hell, anybody in this channel, feel free to call me out as a liar, but I've never asked anybody to DM anybody or comment. As a matter of fact, we gave the command to our admin team to just stay out of the comments and don't even chime in because it's not anything we're going to stoop down to. I can tell you,
It's your community. It's your players that have been commenting.
Yeah. Sadly, I can control my players about well as you guys can control those YouTube comments. I have no control over my players. They're grown-ups. They can come and go as they please and do what they. I mean, literally, how would I stop players from privately messaging somebody? I just don't really have the ability to do so. So I apologize if it's bothering you. I will say there's a little bit of an irony that you're asking me to tell people to stop harassing you when that's literally how this all started. But hey, you know,
he jumped on someone's head.
Okay.
Either way, we will at least ask our side to please not DM or not message. That is the best we could do. Could we ask the same for your side and to not come over to our server and troll at least?
Sounds like a deal to me.
That's a bit lopsided to me.
I mean, it's the same thing. So.
I mean, we're asking the same thing that you're asking us, which is we leave you alone, you leave us alone type idea. That's all we're asking.
All right, let's move along. We got players waiting to see some cool stuff tonight.
That's a bit of a tricky situation. I'll tell you what, boys. Have a spoonful of cement and harden up, right? Just don't ban people for that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Let's just move on.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on.
All right, I've kicked him out of Discord. Anyway,
all right. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, but Kiki Po 209 or something.
That's our second place winner of the pumpkin contest.
Yeah, you should have something at the top of your screen to allow you to speak. Alright, nothing yet, so if you want to try again in a second, we're going to go on to Howard L. Howard L. Should have something at the top of your screen.
There he is. I can't hear him though.
Good morning, Zombieland. How's everybody doing?
I love this guy.
What's up?
Okay, so I do have one question I actually discovered on the map I was playing on with Zombieland Light. So the public helo tower that's down by the airfield. Now, I understand you're not able to drop sleeping bags there because obviously that would be a problem with everybody dropping sleeping bags there. But when you try to use the TP corpse option, if you die at the tower and you bought a helicopter, it tends to turn into a problem because it won't let you teleport into the tower where your corpse is at. And trying to run back to that tower just leads to a bit of a mess because the helicopter's following you around the map. So, were you guys aware of that?
I was not. So
Hold on, is this about the heli tower TP corpse?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you because it's kind of become the bane of my existence. So Alamo, we knew that the issue existed on the map prior to Alamo, so I had T put the plugin for TP Corpse on Alamo while we were testing it, and I tested it every which way from Sunday, and it worked. And then when Alamo went live, we were seeing that it didn't work. And so when Purgatory happened, we did it again. I must have fought Heli, I don't know, 15 times doing TP Corpses on different floors. I will say that bodies can bug out on Heli Tower, and that's been something that we're also seeing where they go into like physics glitches and they can't be looted until it turns into a bag. What I think that the TP corpse prevention is actually about the flames, because it's weird. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't, but it's not consistent. So I'm still trying to get a better handle on it so I can tell T what he needs to fix. With no heli, you can TP corpse there just fine, and even with a heli, you can usually TP corpse there, but sometimes you can't. So we're still working on figuring out what the exception to that rule is.
It may be the fire, because remember when you guys were testing whatchamacallit last night, Soul, and Milkshake couldn't TP corpse because of the fire?
Was that a thing? I missed that it was.
I swear that happened last night, didn't it?
I couldn't TP corpse because it was death, but
No, I swear that he was having trouble because he was on fire.
either way, aware, and we're looking at it.
Gonna blow the surprise.
Yeah, I'm not going to blow it, but I swear it was when you were on fire.
It might have been.
Okay. Well, hey, Howard, absolutely, man. We'll look into it. We're experimenting with it, and we definitely want you to be able to TP corpse. So as soon as we can figure out what the heck is causing it, we will definitely fix that for you.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Dude, I literally just got high off of your energy. Holy shit, I love it. Love it, dude. All right, man.
All right, we've got Kikapo again. There you go. What's up?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, thank you guys. Sorry if my English is not good. I'm not a native English speaker. Basically, I can tell you that we are the Hispanic community on the server. Talking about Coco, Amatista, me, and some of the other players. I have to thank you guys before nothing, because we have been playing on a lot of PvP servers. How to tell, with for some hours, and we found a good server on your server, a good place to stay. Actually, we have been playing there for a while. I got into a trouble with with one of the admins with Taint. Sorry, it was my bad. It wasn't a good day for me, but I understood what happened that day, and probably
we've hugged and made up since then.
Yeah, so sorry about that. I have to thank you guys for all the time that you guys invest on the server, and all the work that you has been doing on the server. It's amazing. I have to tell. Our team love it, and just thank you guys. Your server is just good, and we are gonna keep playing on it. And thank you for all your dedication on the server and to the players, basically. And that's pretty much it.
Hey, we appreciate it, man. That's honestly the reason we do what we do, is for comments like that. So we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to have you guys over here. I'll see you during Purge. Watch back.
Your English is better than mine. I don't want to hear it.
Better than boomsticks.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you. All right, guys. So have a good day, a rest of the day. I'll see you in the server, and thanks again for everything.
Thank you, sir.
All right, have a good day.
All right.
So the next meeting, I'm just going to hand Howard the script, and he's going to read the whole thing.
All right, now we got get out of him requesting to speak. Should be up at the top. Hey, there you are. What's your question?
All right, we good to go? Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, perfect, awesome. So, not so much of a question per se, maybe just like a little idea kind of thing that I had. I'm a new guy. I've only been playing on the server for probably like 3 or 4 days, but I'm having an absolute blast. Something I've noticed though is that playing as a solo, it's kind of hard to like meet people and get to know people, and basically build up a little team to go out and do some of the raids and some of the more harder bosses and things. And I had this idea of like setting up like a little kind of roleplay town thing on main 2 for the next wipe. So if anybody was interested in that, I figured this was the best place to put the word out. That's something that you think would be cool or you'd want to help out with. Yeah, just give me a holler.
Yeah, that'd be good. That would be good. Also, when we get a little more free time, we normally do a lot more server events than we've been doing lately. So when we get a little more free time, there'll be more chances to start meeting other players and getting better interactions with people and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah,
we've been really slammed. So
no, I get it. I've done adminning and stuff on lots of different servers, games. I get it. It's a never-ending battle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we
It's,
appreciate you, man.
seems like you're doing a good job. You got lots of cool stuff here. So yeah, keep up the great work. And
Thank you, sir.
can't wait to see what's next.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, cool. Move on. I guess Lex has something else. Lex.
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Just a quick thing. For the person that was before, get out of him. Just wanted to agree with him. It's really hard to find people to play with, and just running around and talking to people isn't the best idea. But an effort to increase the amount of people that play together would be nice in the server. And the second thing is the issues with the skin box. I know personally a lot of people who disagree with using such plugins, since first of all they're not allowed on Rust servers, and second off they give, I don't know, sort of not a disadvantage, but not a good light on a server, because what about all the people who have paid for set skins or items and stuff like that? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
So we have Skinbox. It's just /skin on our server. But I think that, I mean, T, feel free to interject, but I mean, I don't think that there's any consideration about it being particularly unfair. I mean, you know, it's a lot of people like to do RP builds, and you need lots of cool skins for that. And you know, even though there are some of the official skins in our Skinbox, a lot of it's custom content.
Yeah, I agree.
That players have made
not,
through like via workshop.
It doesn't add in, like, it doesn't give it any advantages, true. But then again, you're disregarding all the players who've actually paid for those certain items. I completely agree that anybody should have access to all of the props and speakers and heads and anything like that. But when it comes to actual skins, what are your guys' thoughts on that? That is,
I mean, at that point, it's no different than like the DLC stuff. You know, if that's the same consideration, then if we don't use Skinbox, then we should never sell dance floors in town or in /S or anything like that, because unless you have it, can't get it.
Actually, I think the main point is all the people scrolling by in chat here with how many skins they still own anyway. So, I mean, ultimately, I guess in my opinion, what it really boils down to is if we didn't have Skinbox, would people then say, oh, well, man, I want this skin, I'm going to go buy it now? Or is it just one of those things like, oh, well, cool, that's a perk I can use here, I'll use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I felt that people were purposely not buying any skins ever that they definitely planned on buying, but now that they found our server, they're not going to buy them anymore. If I felt that way, or if that was the case, then yeah, of course I would feel like, well, that's kind of messed up. But I and I could be wrong. I'm definitely not, I'm not infallible. But I don't think that us providing just, cosmetic type skins to players so that they can decorate their bases and stuff is really pulling them away from that marketplace. Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Like I said, props, I completely understand, right? That those are things meant to decorate the base. I'm talking about AK skins or anything like that.
Yeah. But I'm saying, look at what's scrolling by right now in the chat. Everybody's posting all these dozens of skins they have. So I definitely feel where you're coming from. I just don't know if it's quite enough of a concern for us to get rid of that plugin. And I think we would probably have a revolt on our hands if we did.
If I could just add one thing. So I'm the one who does I'm the one who does the programming for the Skinbox. I do constantly variation, like pulling things in and pulling things out. There's certain things that, like, for example, there's an invisible kit that I use on NPCs that I don't put in the Skinbox because it has PvP advantages. I never really played a lot of PvP. If there was a huge advantage of something that I'm unaware of, inform me, because I mean, I don't add that to Skinbox because it would be unfair if somebody walked up to you with an invisible face mask on and you think that you can just headshot them, but they actually have a full metal face mask on. So I don't put that in our Skinbox to use. So I mean, we don't want it to be broken, but as far as, avoiding the people who have paid for the content being able to use it, I mean, I honestly don't even know what's part of Rust and what's part of just the workshop items. I just add what looks good, and we have a whole suggestion channel too for it, so you can definitely communicate with me further on that there.
I can tell you right now too that the majority of the skins that we have in Skinbox are not purchasable because they're not even approved.
If I could put something in, I personally like buy skins almost every time they have new skins, and I own like hundreds of dollars worth of skins, but it's not really it doesn't really bother me that we have that, because if somebody doesn't really want to pay for the skin, they're not going to anyways. But I have skins that our skin box doesn't have, that like other players can't get unless they have something else.
Right, and that's what I meant to say is Facepunch usually takes care of servers that use that sort of stuff. And I seriously hope you guys didn't have a problem with that. For example, with Facepunch, right? Because
No,
they
no.
take down servers that use that plugin. And yeah, they don't give any advantages whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no, I still buy them. No, I still buy skins no matter what. Mainly our skin box is more for people to have the variety to wear what they want to wear.
Well, I see what he's getting at, though. It's just the worry that maybe Facepunch might do something about it, because it's people aren't buying the Facepunch skins or whatever, so they might be losing out the monetary value. We haven't had any issues. I mean, since I've been here and it's been over a year, we've always used some sort of skin plugin, and we've never had any issues from Facepunch or anyone or whatever being like, "Oh, there's skins here." So
because I know since I've played Rust for a long time, I know there's groups that actually take down servers who use that plugin, because the majority of Rust player bases that play on official servers actually hate servers that use that kind of a plugin, because it brings that, well, it doesn't bring out the value, but it just puts a zero to what they own.
Not gonna lie, not gonna lie, dude. This is the first time I've ever heard of that out of the 2 years I've been adminning / playing Rust.
And,
so
and
I don't.
32 BP does say that if it's undermodded, it's all right, and I'm inclined to believe that, just because I know there's a lot of servers that are undermodded that run with Skinbox.
Well, the funny thing is, actually, the guy who made Skinbox is Killu, who is pretty much the top plugin developer out there. He actually is the person who made the map editor itself. Like, he makes all that stuff, and he's really tight with Facepunch. I would be real surprised if they had a problem with him making that plugin. Which but anyway, we gotta move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we could take this into general and maybe discuss it further.
I'm down discussing it more with you, man, especially with that voice of yours. So
let's continue on to the next person. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was the last person too. So.
Okay. Cool.
We have any
Demon
questions?
for the surprise.
And yeah, get out of him. Like I said, most of our skins are actually not approved. They're not even for sale. So
yeah.
Another thing to put in there is, like, I've bought in skins since I've been on the server that have quadrupled or 5 times valued. So it doesn't affect the market in any like legible way that it would actually have them take down our server for it.
Yeah. All right, cool. We got to move on so we don't hold everybody up all night here. Anybody? Okay, so that was the last question.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we are going to move on to this is the part where we give away the prizes and we start streaming the map. And then when I'm done streaming the map, I'm going to flip over to stream the new plugin that we want to show you guys. That is really cool. So we got to get some admins on the servers to give away the prizes while I do the stream here. What we got?
I got main 2 taken care of.
All right.
I'm in turn.
All right.
I'm on 1.